If I didn't remind you, who would have reminded you?
Whatever, and you just said the first thing. Anyway, welcome. There's always funny behind-the-scenes stuff when you're behind the scenes with stuff that's funny. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas of Lucasgvariety. It is February 2nd, 2020, and wouldn't you know it, it is not only Groundhog's Day today, it is also Super Bowl, some Roman numeral behind it. So, the groundhog did not see a shadow, which means spring comes early. Ching. We all care about that. And the Super Bowl is also happening. None of us care about that. So, anyway, we are here to play Robotech, the MACROSS SAGA, and it is episode number 8, I think. I hope we got it right. Thank you for everybody who's joining. Thank you for Jodo1025 for my first ever Twitch subscription. Anyway.
Joe, you paid the wrong person. You're supposed to pay me for benefits.
To get a fucking Twitch page, jackass.
I do have a Twitch page. It's just I don't have a fancy subscribe button.
No.
I'll throw some coin your way. Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine.
Anyways, I'm going to pass upstairs to the RM as soon as I say, last time on Robotech, the MACROSS SAGA.
I am your Robotech master, Harukajunko, and I am here to say, welcome back everyone once again. Can't wait to kill the players this session. I know I say that every session, but it's all because I love them. No, I don't actually love them, guys. But yeah, no, last time we left off, you know what? I'm gonna leave it to the players to recap.
Man, you've gotten some laziness from Luke there.
I'm just saying.
All right.
If you guys can't remember the session, it means I can bring stuff back to kill you.
All right. Last time on Robotech, the SDF-1 landed on Mars, investigating Mars-based Sarah to look for supplies. Silver Squadron and I think it was first
Moscow
Destroyed Fusiliers were sent out to guard the SDF-1, and an ambush of battle pods came out. Thanks to quick maneuvering from Silver Squadron, the enemy's scanning battle pods were taken out, but then reinforcements came, including 2 officer pods.
That is all well and good, but also the most important thing from Archie's viewpoint is that he found a new Russian woman that he's in love with. I just want to say, you gotta put the drama in there. That's all I got.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
And I guess we're all going to gloss over the wonderful training session that Ivan worked so hard to put together for, togetherness and
wonderful
team building to defend the motherland.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met her. So it was pretty good.
I'm looking forward to Lieutenant.
If you don't survive, remember, if you die here, you can't date her.
Oh.
So don't die.
What's her name though? I can't forget her name.
Lieutenant Zukova Danilova. Danilova.
That's her last name?
Give me
Zukova.
1 second.
Lieutenant
I can
Zukova.
actually pronounce this. It's just I gotta re-listen to the proper pronunciation, so I stop
From Google
butchering it.
Translate.
Yeah.
It would be nice if I remember.
Don't judge.
If I remember the name of the woman I just fell in love with. That's probably.
Yeah, no.
When does it ever matter to you?
It happens 5 times a week to Archie, so,
Right.
Whatever, Alan. Get out of here.
Man horse.
He meets a new love of his life every few days.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs is his true love, but she's since tried to beat his face in St. Ontario. Anyways, I am deviating this. I apologize, Mike.
No, it's completely fine. It just means that,
Yeah.
but,
Kill us all later.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first one to go.
Yeah. But, so...
Pineapple salad.
Yes.
Danilovna is how that's supposed to go together, apparently. Danilovna.
Oh, jeez.
Why do Russian names have to be so Russian? But
Hater.
All last names must be at least 3 syllables.
Mm-hmm.
My last name is German.
But we shall start it off where we left off, and that was the top of the turn order. Reinforcements have just come in, and everyone is, about to get smacked. So we're gonna go straight into the communication phase. Have your little meta time to discuss how things are gonna go.
We should run. We should run away from those two officer pods back to the main group.
So, I think I have a plan, guys.
Let's hear the Russians' plan.
So,
I think we're still in
Does it-
Guardian form right
Does
now.
it involve friendly fire by any chance, as
Prob-
most Russian plans do?
no, it involves me turning off safeties on my bombard cannons to get a wider area of effect, while hopefully you guys either push more battleoids in, more of these pods in, so that way more get chomped, while the
Al-
SDF-1 is providing anti-aircraft to keep them on the ground, to keep them from flying off.
So what
And then
Alex said.
So what you're suggesting is perhaps it sounds like a pincer, with you pushing up this way from your position, and the two groups of Veritechs pushing into the center. Is what I'm hearing.
So, pretty much what I am looking to do is that probably in the support phase, if we can have Captain Colors identify and scan the officer pods, so that way we can distinguish the officer pods.
We've seen him before.
Okay, so it won't be, I guess, mechanically speaking, then I'm asking, do we need him to point them out to us for us to know and be able to direct fire at the officer pods to start with?
No. They are the one right here marked with the red. He's standing up on top of a rock, and he's like looking down upon you all, with this guy kind of a little bit to the side, and they look drastically different than the battle pods.
Yeah.
Okay.
What my scanning would do is allow you to get the benefits of like weak points or something of that nature. But when I do something like that, it's typically the whole of that type. In this case, it'd be a good idea for me to tag one that was saying, this is the weak point for this guy, because I've used already I can target everybody. So your first turn, you guys had advantage against all the regular pods. Now you don't. That's gone. So I can do that still, but I can only do it for one target or maybe one swarm at a time.
Okay. Because then, essentially, if we can get one of Colors' moves to scan that to increase the odds and likelihood of damaging them.
Yeah, that works.
I would be,
And you're going to hit him with a huge barrage if we can push him into that area.
Yes.
One thing I should remind you guys of is Alex still, I think, can't shoot, if I'm remembering right.
You're still questioning whether you can shoot the
Maybe
people.
you're bait then. Maybe instead of us pushing, we might.
Well, that has worked so far. That has worked historically speaking. I've always been good at attracting the boss's attention.
But if we could either
pull him or push
we
him.
can do this in two ways. Either way, I'm going to probably use a heroic move to increase the oomph of my bombards.
Heroic moves.
But whether that be you guys go first in the attack phase or whatever, in order to try to push them farther inward and get them to clump up more, or I shoot first, directing fire at the officer pods to clear area around the officer pods, and then you guys swoop in and deal with the officer pods. Because the way, at least from Ivan's perspective here, the regular pods are acting like conscripts. And, well, if they're in very similar fashion to Red Army conscripts. So you take away the leadership / the commissar, the pods scatter.
So what I'm planning to do right this moment is both of them are being support phase. The first one is I'm going to scan the blue pod since it's closer. And then I'm going to do an obscure action for the second half of pods over to the right. So they won't be able to see things. I will obscure them so they can't see the ground pounders.
Alright. So you want to, just make sure of that from my end. these guys you're gonna try to obscure so that way you can't see these guys.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure.
Do you guys want me to be bait or not?
Well, we have to decide if we want him to clear the area, then we swoop in and attack, or if we want to pull him in the middle. I like the idea of at least maybe this round pulling or pushing them to the middle so you can do a huge barrage, and then we would swoop back around, and then as we turn back around we see what's left, and then we could dive in, like the next turn or whatever. But I like the Major's plan at this moment. But the thing is, do we pull them by having them chase all of us, which might be fun, or do we shoot at them to push them in? But if Alex isn't going to be pushing, and we read that as a team, maybe we pull. Maybe we all go as bait. I mean, I like that idea. Run as bait and try to have them chase us through, and pull them into the area right in a cluster. Then we dive out, and then the bombs are hitting. That sounds impossible, so we should do it.
You could absolutely synchronize that to a song.
You have? Oh yeah, really? What song?
Dare to be stupid. Dare to be stupid.
Just
What? Hold on, let me pick something
stupid
out.
crazy love. Boy, there could be feel free, chat, to pop culture reference everything and have bad one-liners and puns just like we do. Anyway, I like that idea, but I think as a unit we'd have to be on board. This is more meta, right? Like Archie could give the command or whatever. But
This is meta.
If Fayt and Mecha, what do you guys think? I mean, especially since Mecha's not Alex isn't attacking. Should we pull him through? There's 11 of us. We scatter a little bit, we don't have any leadership, and they all follow. Then we kind of come back together. It pulls them into that center, and then Ivan's going, "Oh, by the way, dear, what was that meme? Dear Square, Battle Grid Square.
Dear grid coordinates.
I like it. So I guess Fayt, Mecha, whatever you think.
Whatever. This
So-
kid's gonna either shoot sooner or later, or he's gonna be paced. So maybe.
My intention is, well, obviously he's going to be singing and playing whatever instrument he's got in there because that's all he can really do right now.
So, I am going to officially call an end to your planning time.
No, 5 more
Well,
minutes.
Just so we don't get into analysis
Yeah.
paralysis, because you guys have had a good 5 minutes or so on that.
All right,
Come on, man, just 5 more minutes.
I'm gonna wing it.
Alright, so we'll go down the line. Captain, declare your moves.
I'm gonna go last then. So
I am obscuring the ground pounders from the pods on the right side of the map.
Alright.
And I am also scanning the blue guy, using orders to my from my girls
Alright.
to give them the order to scan them for weak points.
Alright. And they won't have their crack team bonus if I remember correctly, right?
Mhm.
Alright, so next up we will go to Lucas. Lucas, declare your actions. Do note, declaring them does not lock you in solid. You can still change them last minute.
Okay. So Ivan would put this idea across to us, I'm sure, in record time, and be like, "Huh, I haven't been chased. I do all the chasing. I haven't been chased in a while. So yeah, I will let's go squad and let's run like chickens with our head cut off." And I think, and this probably will be both actions. I don't know if it has to be split up or not, but it would basically be to fly in from where I'm at, right, and kind of swarm up through the middle, right, drive everyone towards the middle, right to the area.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to declare both of the skills I'm using at this moment?
You just have to declare the 2 actions.
The 2 actions?
Yeah, like, are you trying to obscure, assist?
Oh, that's right. I have that other handout. Let me, is that the phases?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The attack, defend, redirect.
This is
assist.
kind of a support for the major to do a huge attack, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, does redirect? So could we do like an assist, or even obscure, or could we do both?
Yeah, you could do both. It just means that you would assign one skill to one and the other skill to the other.
Okay, so what does redirect do in the ops phase then?
Redirect. Let me pull that up.
A redirect is a special action that may be used to do several things. Use it to make a special non-damaging attack, such as a trip, grapple, or disarm. And you also use it to reposition an enemy or yourself in relation to each other.
Ooh.
So redirect is probably what you're after.
I'm thinking like maybe like an assist for you for one roll, and then redirect for the second. So the assist is the flying that way, and then the redirect is the maneuvers to actually get them in the spot that Ivan wants them to be in. So I will do an assist and a redirect to the best of my abilities. How's that?
I have a question. For the cinematic phase,
Yeah.
would it be possible to try to use my singing to inhibit the enemy and make them, I don't know. Look, singing is literally all my character has right now, and I'm wondering if that falls within the purview of an inhibiting action.
If that's what you're trying to do.
You could be a distraction.
Yeah, so inhibiting so as to, cause disorder, make them ignore what's really going on.
Basically, you subtract an enemy success for each success you achieve. So, who are you inhibiting?
We were doing pretty good before the big guys show up, so I want to try to inhibit their control over the situation, sort of make it so that they're not able to create order within their men.
So you're going to put both of yours into inhibiting?
Yeah.
Very, 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 very good idea, actually. Because command and control is basically what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not quite sure where I would be moving for this. Probably just toward the center or something.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. So,
And cinematic phase is last, so.
Yeah, so basically I'll total up all the successes and everything afterwards, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
And then Fayt, do you have any specific declarations, coming across the board here?
I guess kind of what Luke is doing, and just kind of trying to cause discourse. Yeah, like.
All right.
I don't know how to move or anything for that though.
Yep. So don't worry, you can pick your skills here in a second. So we'll go into the support phase, and we'll go into Captain first, since these are the most important support stuff.
Yep. All right. Let me get to the actual roll 20 and the order side first.
Mm-hmm.
We got
3 successes.
3 successes.
All right.
So he was wanting weak points on them, or on the blue guy.
On the blue guy. Let me see.
2 ways observed. Targeted scans form a single target. When you choose this, roll your skills and equipment successes are normal. Each success provides you with the information regarding the target. You may also attempt to learn specific assets. Only clues may cause more than one to uncover. So he's purposely asking for weak point, but anything extra is golden. But I mean, I'm targeting scans, so there's not much on that list that's really.
Yeah, that's unfortunately one of the things that I've kind of noticed, is that it's really good for getting, like, the GM puts an obvious weakness on them, but I will give you this. It does seem that the blue guy is very much following Redman's lead on this, and seems to be playing him up.
Okay.
He definitely seems to be the next step down. Not slave, but definitely seems to be playing wingman.
Yeah, okay.
The next one down the command chain.
Yeah.
The Chuck.
So what the captain will turn to the crew and he'll say, he'll do that hand thing like he's throwing something, but it's the data that he's scanned from the girl from his team. And he's like, make sure that's updated on all HUDs. And, send it off to the targeting data.
And Sammy's working on sending it off.
And then he will turn his head again. He'll turn back and give me manual controls of the side artillery.
Yes, sir. Redirecting control to your panel now. And then, the targeting display comes up, and the artillery has been slaved to your console.
Yay, so many dice. So. I'm going to do counter position and multiprocessing.
Well, you since you already did one action, which is the telling your squad what to do, you'll get to use one skill this time.
Okay, that makes sense. Wasn't sure how that worked. That's why I just went ahead with what I knew. So that would be 3 on 5s.
Hey, 3 successes.
3 successes.
And what was that for?
That was for to obscuring these 2 over here.
All right. So
there we go. Boop. So
yeah,
they
so
can't see
you're
the
like
ground pounders.
Yeah, so you're putting up like a distracting wall of fire.
Yeah, basically because it's the red planet and everything's dusty. He's
Yeah.
just having the laser beams just across the field as pockmarked guns go off just to kick up enough mess so they can't see this area.
All right, I'll
These
say that
guys
you kind
can
of
still see him, but
artillery is plenty distracting.
I'll say you kind of swath kind of like this.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it would be like
nice big swath, and it's billowing out, which it does disrupt your sight line of these guys here. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
But next
He's
up,
more worried about the ground pounder because he hasn't worked with the ground pounders in this
Yeah.
setting before. He's worked with the flyers. He trusts the flyers. He's a flyboy.
Yeah. And so next up, we will go to Lucas. Lucas, you wanted to roll some assist dice.
Yep, and I can do this in order to give us some. How does this work exactly to help?
All right, so you'll choose one skill this time.
Yep.
To roll and attempt to give your successes to Ivan.
Okay, so whatever successes I get are given to him automatically.
Yep, and only he can take.
All right. I feel like I want to remind our Veritech flyers that I think we all started in Guardian mode, and I don't think anyone transformed. So I assume we are all still in Guardian mode unless otherwise transforming.
Yep.
I think it's important if you don't have the ability to do that is without being at one of your actions, which I think Alex can, but I don't know if the other 2 of us can.
I thought Fayt had the rapid transformation.
I have a fast transform. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's her. Okay.
Why would
Eventually-
we be wanting to transform right now out of curiosity?
Speed.
I think.
Because you're supposed to. You all started in Guardian, so you're standing.
We're plenty fast. Remember, each ground unit is what, 10 meters or?
I know. I'm just make sure it's clear that we're still in that form in case we were like,
Yeah.
just.
Yep.
I want to be on the same page
Need
about
to
that.
get out of there really quick.
So anyway, the first one's is to kind of get into position and kind of catch their attention, and the action in the next phase will be to actually put them in the spot. So right now it's catching their attention. So I think, I almost think counter position's the way to go.
All right.
It's either that or it's going to be strafing run. Yeah, actually I think strafing run makes more sense.
Okay.
So zoom, zigzag through the stuff like super flying. You have to have the best.
Hey, look at me.
The best hand-eye coordination ever. I'm like, Jacobs, can you outfly me today? I mean, we could play the video game all day long and try to beat each other's top scores, but let's see where the top scores are today. And I take off with some strafing run.
All right, roll it.
Now, if I chose to use a weapon suite, could I apply it to either this turn or the other?
You could apply it to the next one, but you would not be causing damage with the weapon.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
For the
Just
react.
adding to the rolls and success. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so,
you could use it for the ops phase.
All right, so I have a 3 on this, and target number still a 5, right?
Yep.
And come on.
Oof.
I think I could beat that.
So luckily you didn't roll 3 1s, or else then I'd be able to say, oh, you crashed or something.
Well, now does this count as being in direct engagement with enemy mecha? I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, I would say it would be. You can re-roll it.
Okay. Here's your 3 1s, Mike.
Okay, come on.
2 successes.
2 of them. Almost 3.
2 for Ivan. Hey, that's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Especially when splitting up
so
the rolls.
Ivan has 2 successes.
All right, that's me for now, I think.
All right, then we will jump down to Jodo. You're not doing anything in the support phase, correct?
Not in the support phase, no.
All right, Mecha, doing anything in the support phase?
No, it's all cinematic.
All right, and Fate, you were doing stuff in the support phase.
Yeah, I was doing stuff.
All right, so choose 1 skill and roll it.
Alright, I think. Yeah, straight and run. That's probably work.
Okay. And you were able to get 1 success.
What is it that you did, Fate?
Straight and run.
Same thing as you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to outdo each other, and I didn't quite.
Well,
Close, but not enough. But yeah, no, it's still doing stuff. So
main thing is we're not dead, so that's
yeah,
really the important
yet.
thing.
Yet. You forgot that word.
And Archie's just poking you because, you know, that's how this goes.
Yep. So
It's not
now,
over yet.
everyone do your movements as you're moving. The destroids over here are opting to stand still and just provide fire.
Can you ping Ivan where you're trying to aim that barrage?
Second.
Is it okay?
About here, because I'm going to try to collect as much collateral in there as I can.
What's cool is if this group of us from the right are moving all the way over to like the left, and the group on the left is moving all the way across to the right as we like fly past each other.
So,
like this.
guys, I have a fun idea. If we have the fighters sort of meet up in the center, I have a fun idea.
Well, I guess because I was gonna move all the way across here, but I will meet in the middle, like here or something, or wherever you're thinking.
You don't want to be there, bud. There you go. You want to be there.
Well, we still have another action though. We have an action in the next phase. Like this is where we would be. Because now we're starting to draw them there, but we're not all the way done with the maneuver yet, correct? Or
Yeah.
Because there's still ops phase, and you guys are going to want to do your redirects
before
to try to mosey them into correct positions before I shoot.
Well, I guess Alex, what's your idea? Are we like flying, going up?
It's actually not super tactical or anything. It's just I don't know if being cinematic actually helps cinematic actions be more useful. But my idea was to be extra distracting. I was going to fly, inspired by what Rick Hunter did at the air show. Or whoever that guy was. I was going to fly up through the middle of you guys in Guardian, then transform into Batroid.
And we all like fly to the middle and like do this, and you're going up between us.
And sort of like synchronized swimming, you guys spread out, and I come up at the top and transform.
I say we have to do it that way. Yes, I like that idea. And then,
right as that happens, I'm going to switch songs.
And then
from the one I was playing.
The enemies are following us. They're looking up like, wait, what's going on? And then coming down on them is Ivan's surprise.
I like the fact that you guys they're going to be watching us, and there's that one guy going, bam. Grounders guys are dead. Okay, what are they doing again?
Yeah.
But we're showing off. I think, Mike, that's what we're doing.
Okay, yeah, no. So everyone can start moving.
I think we're kind of
Archibald and that stuff. So Melody, Jacobs, and Alex Matz, you guys can move.
We can be right, we can come right to the center, and then we're gonna fly up, right, and avoid the barrage as it comes down. And if this doesn't work, we're all dead meat.
Might as well go out in style.
Right there.
Yep.
I'm staying in place because probably to pull off the
Destroy can't exactly do too much in an aerial show.
So does Alex actually say this? Is he the one that gives us the idea as we're Archie's like, all right, fly to the middle, and then we're drawing them in?
Basically, my idea was as you're flying to the middle, I said, hey guys, I was basically going to go, hey guys, make a hole in the center. I've got an idea. And then he was just going to fly up.
Let's do the donut hole trick. Let's go. Whatever kind of corny ass name it has. And
basically, my idea was that he doesn't actually explain what he's thinking, because heat of the moment, he just says, do this thing, I have an idea.
Yep.
We'll call it the Krispy Kreme. All right, guys, all right. Krispy Kreme maneuver on 3.
So. All right, so and the enemy, of course, is going to be doing a little bit of movement, mostly because certain groups are not paying attention to you guys. Some, the ones that were already engaged with you are, but this group in the back is, they don't care for your show.
Not exactly a show yet.
Well, yeah. But these guys, you see, as you guys are racing away, the group in the back kicks on their boosters and jumps ahead of the group in front of them and lands about here. Kind of more spread out as they're landing, but yeah.
I like the idea in my mind of this barrage of laser blasts kicking up tons of dirt, and then for some reason all the planes just congregate right there where the laser blast.
And as the dust is my idea was as the dust was coming up, we'd be flying through the smoke You know, like when you throw something through a cloud of smoke, it makes that nice little, really pretty hole in the smoke.
That is, and we're like twirling up like
And
this.
the windshields and everything else because the rocks.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
It's a freaking air show.
One reminder for you, Junko, is
Yeah.
just the considering that each one of those lances is 4 Spartans and 2 Tomahawks. Just a reminder, the Tomahawks have beam weapons.
Yep.
So they do.
Oh yeah, no. Once they start
Fine
shooting,
damage.
hopefully they'll, kill people. But I'll admit, NPCs so far from what I've seen in both my game and the other games I'm in, NPCs seem to have the poorest luck in doing nothing. In the case of the SDF-1, in the course of a whole 4 or 5 rounds of shooting people, killed exactly 1 battle pod.
All right.
But yes,
In my hands, whole different ballgame.
So in this case, Archibald, Melody, and you guys are going to be rolling your redirects.
What about Chuck?
Chuck is rolling to cover you people because he's not suicidal.
Yes, he is. He follows me around every day.
Yeah, but he's making sure you guys.
That's
don't
career
get shot.
suicide, not normal suicide.
Oh, shit. I wanted to tell you to be like, and I was like, no, that's too good. It's true. Alex hit it on the nose. Damn you, Alan. Aaron, Adam, whatever your name is.
Hey, you there?
And so Chuck, it gives you guys no successes on defense. So do know this is leaving you fairly defenseless because the enemies, even if Ivanov does shoot them, still get a chance to shoot you guys.
No, we refuse. But thanks, though.
You can't just refuse it. All right,
We just did.
Roll your stuff. Roll your redirects. Your 1 skill.
I would like to use it as part of the distraction and to draw them in, kind of like the barrage or the bombardment. I wanted to use one of my missile pod suites just to kind of add to the confusion and the smoke and dust.
All right, roll.
Oh, I don't remember what question I had. Never mind. So that would be. Well, anyone else can go. So that's the skill of 3. Now, does this count as their burnout against 7 with the last round and this round together can't be over 7, right? For me.
No, it's if you're in 2 different phases, you're fine with it.
Okay. All right. Well, someone else go. I still need to look at my moves for just a second.
All right. So Fayt, you were the other one doing a redirect action.
Luke, we can see what you're looking at right now.
I know. I can't. Oh, that's right. I remember. I forgot I could do this. I always forget. I can bring it out into a Google page. I always forget I can do that. Thank you.
Would escape artist be good?
It could work. Let's see. As that minimizes the wrong way. Escape artist.
So this move is to draw them to the middle, right, Mike? If we have successes here.
Yep. Your successes will determine how many enemies are actually drawn towards a relative center point.
Okay.
And or if but it also will inversely decide how many people are shooting at you guys.
Okay. So if we make this roll, can we split the successes? Go, this is defense, and this is our roll towards tricking them in the middle?
Yeah, I will allow that.
I don't know. I don't want to do it wrong. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no. I will allow it. Just know that your successes, of course, are not causing damage.
No. I just want to know if we can divide between defense.
Yeah, you can divide between moving them and defense.
Okay. Fayt, do you know what you want to do? I didn't hear you. Does that no?
No, I have. So we just do 1 action?
Yep, you do 1 skill this time.
We always get 2 skills to roll, but we did our first one in the first phase, and now we're doing our second one in the second phase, as opposed to when we're usually attacking and putting them both together.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's just.
And I'm using one of my missile pod suites, which is 3 more dice, to help bolster this.
Yeah, whatever. Let's use the same thing.
I think I might use man at arms.
Oof.
Oh no!
2 ones. Not triple one.
Not triple one, so it's not as bad because that one I would have just said, well, you bump into someone else.
He was waiting to.
I'm waiting. Come on, I want it. I want the crit fails.
You know
Don't
what,
worry, I'm sure I will sooner or later.
All right.
Mike? I'm going to use a missile sweep for 3 and flash move for 3.
All right, roll it.
Oh, still target number 5.
Yep.
So a total of 6 dice. Target number 5.
So you got 2.
Yeah, I would like more than that.
Unfortunately, you already got your reroll for the turn.
But I'm the. But okay, I guess I'm gonna do 1 and 1. 1 defense, 1 pulling them in.
Okay. So, unfortunately, with only 1 success, you guys don't really drag anyone in.
We still look awesome.
I have an idea. I can pull out some stops to try to salvage this.
What would you like to do?
Well, it would probably still be in the cinematic phase, but it says you can get creative with heroic moves, and I just so happen to have an extra sitting around because of I have Lion's Roar.
What are you thinking?
Not just sort of making them stop and stare, but also stop, stare, then move towards to try to salvage the situation. But
I think it's going to be a bit late for that one because his attack's happening in the ops.
Yeah. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
It was an idea.
Yeah, no, it was definitely an idea, and I do commend your attempt at saving your friends' lives. I fortunately must deny that.
Well, let the dice fall as they may.
Yep.
All right.
Unfortunately, the enemies are moving in ways that do not follow Ivanov's plan. As more of them kick on their boosters, jump into the fray. And this one actually is jumping in smack dab in the middle of you guys.
This might have been a bad idea.
This may have been a horrible idea. Yes.
I'd still love it though.
I love all your ideas until they go bad, which is always.
I might be able to, reading one of the skills I was going to use, I might be able to make them stop in, and I quote, wonder and fear.
What's that?
Grand presence.
If you would like to change the phase in which you're doing stuff, you could try to do that.
Would I still be able to try to inhibit command and control, or would that have to be the inhibit action?
You basically could split up your action instead to do like one in the ops phase and one in the inhibit phase.
All right.
But as it stands, this is kind of how they're conglomerating about you people.
Grand presence is just a skill, so.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well, it does have a description, though, that I was going to sort of hope would be useful.
It could definitely help for this situation. I just kind of moved them over just a little bit so we didn't get the groups mixed up.
Yeah.
And
So I
will.
I will split that up, and I will pull out the heroic move to try to make it more effective to make them all. Do you guys think we can survive without me trying to stop them from shooting us?
Well, I mean, reading Grand Presence, it sounds like it's the skill that would feed what you're originally doing, which was to
Yep.
show off and get their attention.
Yep.
I mean,
I will split it up.
All right.
So, is everyone else done with the ops stuff?
No, I still have to go.
All right,
that's
shoot
right.
your thingy.
I'm just finishing up some movement and.
So, real
right-
quick question
Right in the
Yep.
middle of it.
for redirect.
Yeah.
Is that only against enemy units, or can that be friendly units?
Let me read it here. Redirect.
use special non-damage attacks such as trip, grapple, or disarm. You also use it to reposition an enemy or yourself in relation to each other.
Unfortunately,
Minimum success levels. Pool may be mitigated if the enemy takes a opposite action. Yeah, it's pretty much, it doesn't say a lot.
yeah. Unfortunately, I do see that it says enemy or yourself. So unless you are going to try to smack one of the players around to get them out, but it would only work on one of them, and you would then have to split up your dice from your original attack pool.
All right.
But as the dice have fallen,
I'm going to abandon my original plan and repurpose it to try to save the group.
Oh?
And instead of trying to inhibit command and control, I'm just going to try to make all the Zentradi freeze up. With star quality and grand presence. Aided by a heroic move and fast transform to be showy.
Alright, so you'll be doing that in the cinematic phase. Right?
Well, would that be cinematic phases after they shoot or before?
Yes,
It would be after they shoot.
That would be an inhibit.
All right.
Basically, your big flash move would be trying to direct them, and that would reduce.
If you guys survive long enough, this should be useful.
This is all one roll. It's just this happens to be the turn you're actually getting to do it.
Yeah.
But it still happens before.
And of course, the officers have also moved up too.
Yep. Because
why are you telling him that?
Question: what's everyone's armor value?
Everyone has an armor value of 2. You immediately negate that with your bombard cannon.
How much structure does everybody have?
2.
They have 2. They also have plenty of places to blow up on their
Don't you get armor from drama? Or
for your ship?
You get wounds.
Yeah, you get wounds.
That's right.
I'm tougher because I have a bunch of dramas.
Yeah, because you're the main character.
I have armor 4 or 6 in little spots that glow. I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
And your weapons can't hurt me as easily either.
I apologize in advance, but I'm going to be a dick because it would be in Ivan. It would be totally within Ivan's.
Well, shit's gone to shit.
Yep.
Do the best you can.
But on the plus side, this means that instead of spending a heroic move, I can instead take on a heroic move by taking on a trauma, which is going to be I drop bombshells on you guys.
All right, so I'm just gonna do some rolls on the side for these guys, but do continue telling me how you're doing this or what you're doing. You're just gonna drop bombs on the group with big, huge blast radius.
Yeah. So yeah, Ivan would be definitely. He's probably is more like running on autopilot, being more artillery than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting them to group up, and whether or not he does. And again, he's not used to working with flyers. He's used to working with artillery and ground troops. So he's either fully expecting the Silver Squadron to be able to dodge. Not likely.
Or just not be there in the first place.
Or not be there. But during this time, he's also probably focusing on just running orders to Lieutenant Zukova to disable the bombard cannon safeties, so that way he can essentially turn these artillery pieces into rapid fire pieces in order to get more shells out and thus more area of effect.
Yep, and she's just going with it because she may not even notice either. She's just, turning off the safeties and doing all of this and going with your plan.
Or she might not care because it's like
that's all.
Talent in use here would also include a Mad Thinker because it was planned to draw them all together and bombard the ever-loving shit out of them.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
So,
don't
if you
kill
want
him.
to,
Well,
let me see.
We'll see what happens.
So I'm just gonna do some stuff because
it was part of the plan.
So big red bad guy here is going to be shooting you, Alex Bats.
Lucky me.
I know, isn't that? He's so considerate to be shooting you, right?
Is he the same one you went eye to eye with before?
Oh no, this is a different guy. He's not piloting a red.
He's definitely a person, and only people shoot him.
Mm-hmm. But
we have not seen Shar again.
But he
You
is
haven't.
he is going to be. Actually, no. I know exactly what he's going to be doing. So
Leaving.
he is no, he is not leaving. So
Damn.
he is going to be using rapid fire and flash move as he jumps up through the air and with his boosters gets behind you guys and starts firing in a 180-degree arc towards you.
Oh right, they have the shot. They have the shotgun.
Mm-hmm. So as he is going to be spraying all of you with his attack, because I'm a GM and none of you. This
Hey,
may
Captain,
I don't know, Cap.
What?
didn't you shut this attack down last time someone tried it?
Yeah, because you were going to die. You were already shot twice before that. You got one chance to survive this,
Well,
I think.
I'm just thinking of shutting down the attack on the entire group because it's attacking everybody, isn't it? Or is it just? Is it everyone or just me?
It sounded
Oh
like
no,
all
it's
of
hitting
us.
it's hitting all of you guys and the battle pods. So if you
Oh,
shut it down, he's not. Yeah, no, he doesn't seem to care that his battle pods are there. They still will get their shot off, but
So
will be destroyed.
it's Ivan on their side.
Conscripts.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ivan versus Ivan, both bombarding their own team to get to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. On top of that, you also, Mr. Boat Commander, you can also see that several other units are almost completely surrounded, if not surrounded, and taking heavy fire.
Yeah.
Pull up, get out of there.
Yeah, he's not going. I'm not going to use my special negation just yet.
All right. I will then roll to kill the players.
I have one defense die.
And he is actually getting a bonus from this man over here, as the blue one seems to point up, and the red one seems to, and the rest of the party also gets target locked.
You and your co-conspirating. Just roll the dice already.
Tis just me with using the same thing I did to my other GM in my other game. So 6, 9, 11 dice.
Ouch.
And this is hitting all of you, including the battle pods. And I forgot the thing, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me check his
That could
stuff
have been
really
worse.
quickly.
That could have been worse.
Yeah, let me just check his things, because it might play into his nature.
Kill humans is his nature.
Actually-
Look.
Actually, his demeanor is aggressive.
Imagine that.
I know. I may have been planning this but don't worry, you guys may not all die here.
Yeah, there's 11 of us, so I mean, how many?
Yeah, there's a bunch of you guys there, and who knows, he may kill more of the battle pods than you.
I'm just worried about my other 11, my other 10.
Oh well, luckily, so just so you know, you guys have the 4 of you right there in the middle there, and then you have another 4 here and another 4. Each one of the icons is 4.
Well, one is 3 though.
Actually, you guys got a new recruit, and I was going to cover that, after the, you guys got a new one that filed in before you guys took off.
Was his shirt red?
Yeah.
Maybe. They are Cadet Kai Shindem.
Come to
Oh
find
my, not him.
His paperwork had red 13 as his call sign.
Yeah. Wait, why are you Red 13 in a Silver Squadron?
Does he happen to have purplish hair and a bad attitude?
And he loves purple. As
Don't
a
they
color.
all?
But yes, no. Let me see. I just had to check something here. Sorry, this is taking so bit.
Is he a coward?
The moment you all are.
I was gonna say it says
Captain,
the guy who
save me,
doesn't
Captain,
what? Kill
save me.
people.
No, it's an in-joke about who this character actually is.
You don't know. You guys haven't got a chance to. You guys haven't interacted with the squadron much, which that is an option, guys. I do have little bios that I can't tell you guys because you guys haven't talked to any of them.
Oh. You probably should.
That concerned. Oh.
I've been writing letters to all the the parents and the families of the dead ones. I haven't had a lot of time for the living ones yet.
Yeah. So he is going to be re-rolling his 8d6 dice that did not get successes.
Get out of here, Mike. Jeez, oh Pete. Oh, crap.
Ooh, this looks like it's going to hurt.
That's 6, 7, 8, 9 total. I
1,
think.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage total.
10. I was wrong.
Holy buckets!
Well, think of it like this, guys.
I defend with 1.
Yeah, so you only take 9 damage.
Thank you.
Nice.
So I just realized, because I took on a drama for my first heroic move, I still have 2. One from Lion's Roar, and 1 normal, I believe.
If you want to use your heroic move to survive this somehow.
1 heroic move will allow me to negate this damage, I believe.
What? I have heroic moves written 1/2. Are we supposed to have 2 available?
Well,
you start off with 1, but you can get another.
Oh.
They act almost as hero points, kind of the way that you gain them and stuff.
So basically, I still have 2 left because the first one I got by taking on a drama. The one of them is the standard. You have this by you get it by just playing, and the second one I have is from Lion's Roar, which gives me an extra heroic move.
Okay.
So let me see what heroic moves can do, because I will definitely allow you to mitigate some of the damage to your squadron.
Well, the thing about this is that heroic moves, the examples they give, it says in the rulebook, it is not exhaustive and not everything.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying in this situation with how he is firing this stuff, you're not going to be able to stop all the damage, because there's a lot of damage going around.
It doesn't say I can stop it. It's called Universal Defense, which allows you to use successes. But these are just examples.
Yeah, no.
So
that's why I'm willing to work with you on this.
This is 9 or /10 damage for everybody.
Yep, it's for all of you guys as he swathes his arm cannons and fires out mini missiles at all of you.
And this is
So how much of that will a heroic move let me negate?
I will say I will allow you to cut it in half, so allow you to cut. So are you aiming to actually? I should ask. Are you aiming to stop the squadron's damage or yours? Because there's going to be a big difference on that.
Guys, here's the other thing.
I use
1. You guys, if possible, you're going to want to save. If you have damage mitigation, you're going to want to save it for when I shoot.
Well, are you still firing at him or us or another group? Because there's a bunch of different clumps right now.
I'm shooting at the biggest clump, which is currently you guys.
Oh man, I don't know.
I do naval damage.
I don't think there's anything we can do to avoid any or all of it at all.
Well, luckily, that is why I'm asking Alex Matz. Are you trying to... Which do you choose? The will of the many or the will of the few?
I'm going to try to stop as much of the group's damage as I can.
Okay.
I might do the same thing.
Well, if Alex Matz, since you are doing that, are you going to be spending 1 hero point or taking another drama?
I'm going to be... Do I have room for another drama?
How many do you have?
I have 2 currently.
Yep, you can have a max of 3.
All right, I'll take that drama.
All right.
So I don't spend... I'll keep that 1 hero... So I can still keep a heroic move or 2 in the tank.
Yep. This will be your heroic move for the turn, I'm going to say, because doing 2 heroic moves in the same turn is a lot of work.
All right. So what is this drama called?
The drama will be... I'm going to figure that one out here in a second.
All right, and I'll just mark it down anyway.
But I will say that everyone's damage will get cut in half, down to 5, or in Lucas's case, 4 if he wants to spend his defense thing.
And how is this actually working? How is this heroic move actually working narratively?
So narratively, as he comes up, you look up and you see for a quick second what's about to happen as his cannons start charging up in the first batch of mini missiles pops out of the side, and you hit the boosters on your guardian mode and just flip upwards and then shoot towards him to soak up some of the damage.
All right.
Your Veritech, in this case, is counted as destroyed. You are going down, mayday, mayday, but the entire group is now saved.
This was for the
Punch
best.
out.
This was for the best.
And it's at this point, you take a couple of, your warning lights through the cockpits. EBS warning, engine failure, left engine on fire, right engine on fire, radar, all of these, the mechanical voices screaming at you in 5 different languages. Your crew chiefs are going to hate the crap out of you, by the way. But you flip this up and you push it into them, and for a quick second, you think your training kicks in at the absolute last minute, and you reach down and you pull the lever, and the cockpit jumps off and poof, and shoots past him as the fighter explodes into a ball of fire. But the group is now saved, partially damaged, so
Adam, no.
and your shoot, we'll say that you kind of shoot off kind of like over here at this point, and the chute activates and you're starting to fall towards the ground. And you're still in the cockpit. Of course, you can like punch out again from the cockpit if you wanted to.
Where should I move my token to?
I already moved you.
All right.
Yep, you're landing right about there, and so luckily now, including armor, you guys will only take about 3 damage before any other mitigation. And you guys can do this, spread this damage around like normal to different hardware and that stuff.
So how much are we taking?
You're going to be taking after armor 3.
So is that me too with the 1?
Yep. And if you use the 1, then you'll be soaking 2.
I'll just do the 2. Oops.
And this is why defense dice are a really nice thing.
Shoot. Defense dice. Wait, but then so that's after the armor is soaked some.
Yeah, that's after the armor soaks some, so you can apply that directly to the armor again to permanently reduce your soak, or apply it to hard points, or take it to your structure, which is your mecha HP.
And then you can...
And do note, generally, if your mecha is shot down, we'll figure out how bad it is. In this case, obviously, he took the majority of the splash from the attack for you. Of course, that is also going to reduce damage for everyone in that area. Yeah.
My sensors are in a hindrance already, and then
5 is still going to kill the battle pods.
Oh yeah, no, like the battle pods are absolutely screwed.
And then more damage comes down. Okay, so one of our suites can get damaged instead, right?
Yep. And so your suites are all got restored back to the baseline, which is scrolling down. All of it would be in nominal to start with.
No, I had a hindrance, I think, from last episode on my sensors.
I don't know. I didn't think you got hit last episode.
Was it from the time? No, because we had a big RP episode.
Yeah, it might have been from before the RP episode. Let's just say it was reset to nominal.
Okay. So sensors, so you can take it to your systems?
Yep, you can take it to your systems at least twice.
Or the hardware?
Or hardware, or to your armor or structure.
I'm going to take 1 armor and 1 hardware.
Alright, so which hardware are you blowing up?
Don't know. I think I use my missiles, and I think my missiles get blasted, even though I don't want my missiles to get blasted.
Alright, we can go with that, or like the integrated lasers, or even your gun pod.
I don't know, between the head laser and the integrated, I don't know what is the difference.
The head lasers are for when you're in Battleoid mode. They're like the little ears that pop up from the sides and the back of it. The integrated lasers, if I remember correctly, are in the nose.
Okay, I'll take the quad head laser. The head laser. Will that be destroyed then?
Yep, that one is destroyed for right now.
And then 1 in the armor. Good. I have to understand this a little bit better. Thank you. There's still more damage to come.
Well, good news is I think I've mitigated, but Archibald is going to be really pissy with me.
Well, I think he's gonna have to be.
And luckily, Mecha, you will not be hit by this blast because you were ejected far enough away. Because luckily, thank God for I'm not that mean.
Okay. All right. So, my turn.
Yeah, no, I'm just rolling side groups damage right now.
Okay.
And then the group around you is going to kick you.
So
I'm
yeah.
go
Well,
away for
I
a
mean,
minute,
this
guys.
is going to definitely play into my demeanor of fearless, because despite the fact that these little shit are coming up that come kick on my monster, I'm still focused on the task at hand.
Yep.
So I'm going to I'm going to change what my heroic move modification to this attack is going to be. Instead of an increased area of effect, I am instead going to go for a modifier.
Oh, what kind of modifier?
So I want anything caught within this blast to suffer like a EMP effect, in which the mechs either shut down or get gunked up or otherwise get put into some form of disarray.
I'll say that you can do it for basically you gunk them up by sending up lots of rock shrapnel and stuff.
So, but that's going to be on top of the damage I deal with this attack, correct?
Yep. Because this is a heroic move you're going above and beyond. So let's see if you kill your friends.
Okay, so which means that the blast radius is only 30 meters.
Mm-hmm. And where are you placing?
So if I target, let me ping. If I target here, or nope, next one over. My bad. It's going to get Chuck.
Oh man.
And then it's also going to get the Veritex in the middle of this other group.
Oh god, you're killing everyone.
But but things that are currently in play is the heroic move, demeanor, because I am fearless, and then also mad thinker. Once an engagement or a counter, these skills to enact a plan that is so crazy it might just work. And these plans do not take penalties due to difficulties.
Yep.
So
in this case, the mad thinker wouldn't need to come in because this isn't really like an over-the-top plan. This is just you're shooting some dirt up into the mechs.
So
now, if you were to say, I'm gonna start deflecting shots off of the battle pods to take out all the battle pods, then we might need to bring in mad thinker.
Okay.
And some physicists.
Okay. I am going to be using my Man-at-Arms and Ironclad strategy skills. So I will be taking 1 level of fatigue for burnout.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm going above and beyond.
To kill some NPCs that I actually spent time naming.
So, and then the other thing in effect will also be my equipment suite, the Bombard suite, which will gain me an additional 5 dice. And means that this upgrades to a 30 AoE, and also will be doing naval damage within that.
Okay, I'm going to remind you, naval damage. 1 naval damage is 10 mecha damage.
Yes.
So that means that the group that your friendlies in there are most likely going to die if you get a success.
Yep. Ivan doesn't care.
Chuck, no.
Like, pineapple salad.
Because Ivan is full on going Red Army here.
All right.
So oh my god.
So that's 13 dice that I get to roll, and then I also get the 3 auto successes from the assist from
I don't recognize
earlier.
This TV show anymore.
Yeah, no. Why did he get so dark?
I'm watching as everyone I care about dies.
So it's 13d6 over. So it's 13d6 and then greater than 5, correct?
Come on, don't get a success. Chuck needs to live.
Well, who
and
was
then
in that blast
what
radius?
is playing it, and then what does playing into my demeanor do again? Allows me to re-roll failed successes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 failed successes. So re-rolling those.
Who was in that radius again?
Chuck was, that's for sure.
Chuck can ignore wounds from the source that is Ivan.
From the source that is
Eleven.
Ivan.
Okay, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus the additional 3, 19 successes. And then, so each...
Chuck is literally the calm of the storm now because the captain
Oh, well, no,
just
his
said so.
Veritech is gone. But he's alive.
But the ejection pod works really well because the captain goes, "Uh-oh, click."
Yeah,
No,
can't say that the other Veritech, like the other half of Silver Squadron in that pod,
Yep.
though, has that level of plot armor.
That's the moment that the captain is looking and watching what's happening, and he notices the readout for what's going on with Ivan's unit, and he goes,
No,
"Oh, I know this one." Click, and then.
Unfortunately, he only had time to click off on.
Well, I don't know the other guys.
You know.
I need
So-
Chuck around.
So 19 successes.
Okay, so that's That's 19. There's 190 mecha damage.
Did I get the
realize
officer?
You realize the villains were supposed to last longer than this, right?
Oh, don't worry. I have things for that. I've modified their stuff so they don't die the first session.
But this isn't the first session. Isn't this
Well,
the second
no,
time that he's showed up?
Oh no, these guys are brand new.
I still have yet to see my rival villain again.
Oh yeah, no, they're coming in next session, or well, next time at least. I have things planned. Don't worry, but yeah, no. So you see, yeah, you literally shoot upwards and then drop it straight down, and everyone
like the barrels of the bombards are like by the end of this are probably melting from the safety overrides.
Yeah.
And but it's just like it doesn't sound like a boom boom boom. It just sounds like bah, 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 bah.
Yeah,
no,
no,
it's playing
just-
some Russian orchestra music.
Tchaikovsky, no, Tchaikovsky, yes.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky's canon.
Yeah,
Yep.
no. So the shells go up and arc, and they're whistling this entire time. Like they're this during this entire time. Alex Max is doing his maneuvering. You see his canopy shoot past the guy over here, and then the shells hit the ground, and there's a blinding flash as you do the old-fashioned artillery trick of if you just adjust a little bit, you can have them all hit the same target at the same time, and all of the shells hit and just...
It's their fault if they stay there whenever I shoot.
Yeah. So everyone within 30 meters of this spot is just gone. Lucas, Chuck just died.
Nuh-uh.
I did 190 mecha damage in an area of 30 meters.
He didn't just die.
He doesn't exist.
Are you
He
actually
vaporized.
serious? I leave for 5 minutes and you kill my wingman?
No, don't worry. The captain saved him, thank God. But if he hadn't done it, then he would literally be non-existent. You would have heard the scream, and the blinding flash from behind him on the screen before it just cuts out.
He would have been vaporized.
Okay, so
Like, in the literal sense of the term, turned to vapor.
so I know when I punch Ivan
You
in
see,
the face.
the other half of Silver Squadron, though.
They don't exist. Lista, tell us who died. Why don't you?
Yeah, no.
So you
okay,
actually killed some of Silver Squad?
he killed 4 members of Silver Squad from the third flight.
So who died?
But
Give me 1 second.
I deleted half the battle pod.
Forget
probably
to-
all of the half the battle pods that you guys were engaged in, and probably also completely broke this officer that was fucking your shit up.
Still.
Forget Tomino, you're killing them all just fine.
Collateral damage, I don't know, man.
The traditional Red Army way.
I feel like there's gonna be some drama here.
You know that the
Oh
Red
yeah,
Army
that's I know, because so hence I took the drama on. I'm shooting at friendlies in order.
You know the Red Army didn't do this shit, right?
Shut up. So we got numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means Karta Issue, Hayato Kobayashi, Bernard Wiseman, and Marita Cruz are dead.
No, only one of those people deserve to die.
Which one though?
Karta. Screw Karta, she's awful.
No, Hayato.
Hayato's great.
Hayato's trash.
Wow, I'm a little shocked.
I can't believe you killed Merida though.
So
best clone, and you killed her.
How did I not take damage, or?
Because I readjusted, so instead of increased blast radius, I instead implied a EMP modifier.
Basically,
so that way I wouldn't wipe all of you off the face of the earth.
Basically, he made it so instead of destroying literally all of Silver Squadron's command structure, he only killed a third of the squadron instead.
This is gonna affect my drama, I think, too. On top of that, I mean.
Oh yeah.
It just got worse.
Now you have an anger outlet. We're actually, you know what? Change your drama from half of Silver Squadron is dead to, or rather, no, you get a new one.
Betrayed.
Ivan just betrayed us.
I take a drama?
Yeah. You're both taking a drama due to Jodo's actions. What a wonderful little...
Oh, I mean, Ivan would probably his drama more like friendlies got in the way of my fire.
I have three stress for a D and 1 stress for an F. Or is my fatigue gone at this point?
Your fatigue would have been gone.
So I have 3 stress bars taken up by drama.
Holy crap. What a round.
And
we're not even done yet.
Oh, no, you're not. You guys are blowing a lot in the first load of tonight, and we spent an hour on this turn.
Okay, so picking on a drama...
That might have routed the enemy, though.
Oh, well...
It's there in that I just wasted this officer pod.
Yep,
we also spent a lot of time redesigning the wheel for how to do the same thing 6 times, so
yeah,
there's only so many times you can go, I'll distract them, and then just not do it and keep discussing it.
Okay, so quick question before we move on, just because, again, still figuring out the system. So because I am picking on a drama that fills a stress bar?
Yep, and it permanently fills one until you finish fixing the drama, which means you and Lucas are going to have some fun RP sessions this time.
I didn't want to have to RP that. Well, now I do, which stresses me out in real life. So.
Yep. So.
Lucas is also taking stress.
Fills the area, and the bright explosion takes out everything from there. You hear Chuck scream as his ejection system fires off without him wanting it, and you see that if he had his fighter, he's vaporized in the ensuing blast. The battle pod, the officer pod, somehow barely is held together with one leg. Both of its arms are gone. The cannon on top is fused to the cockpit. And you can see it has only a few boosters left, which it uses to jump away as far as it can. AKA, I gave him before this battle started. I gave him always, never shot down. So I wasn't letting you guys kill him.
Boo.
Well, what about the fact that he's been EMP'd?
Oh, yeah, no. Always shot down is a weird one in that,
Never shot down, you mean?
Yeah, never shot down is a weird one in that, he's somehow routed it into not getting gunked up enough.
Yep. I have the same feat.
It always makes it back.
Yes,
but it doesn't necessarily make it back intact.
Yeah, no, that's why it's,
The battle pod is unusable. They're never fixing it.
That's right, Archie took the same one. I thought about taking always shot down to make the captain mad all the time, but then I was like, it
won't make me mad.
Yeah.
I'll just laugh at you.
Always wrecking your
beat the
Beartech?
crap out of you with a wrench, though.
So put him on the
While he
team there.
laughs.
But yeah, no. Half and
Oh.
a third of Silver Squadron is dead.
I think
Again.
I would have to
They were not supposed to be there.
Everything has gone horribly wrong.
Everything's gone horribly wrong, and we turn from we're Macross and having fun to all of our friends are dying.
Should we actually blame Alex for this since it was his idea to do this stunt?
I mean, you could.
I would. Because I was like, I will mark this blue target so you can all shoot him and take out the enemy command structure. And then you guys go, I know what we'll do. Let's put on an air show. An hour later, I'm still sitting there going, no one shot the one guy I worked to get you so you could kill him.
Yeah, which by the way, that one blue guy. Yeah, which by the way, Captain, that one blue guy is shooting your ship. He doesn't do any damage, but he shoots you. But he's shooting your ship.
Oh my goodness, it went so wrong.
But Mr. Ivan, I almost forgot. You're getting kicked.
Alright.
Because the pods have a wonderful little thing called a power kick.
A what?
They have an equipment suite where they literally kick
power
you.
Kick.
Yeah, so you're
Show me your moves.
I feel like Mike, would it be possible to scream Chuck's names? I thought he died, and then when I saw he's gone, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But then I don't even know how to react. I don't even know how to react. I'm shocked.
The combat senses have overloaded, and you're just in the moment at this point. You're everything's kind of come down to that point where you're almost operating on instinct alone.
I mean, all the Veritech cockpit probably also had to probably switch to like the darkened visor to deal with the flash.
Which let's see, 1, 2. Which, by the way, I must ask: did you assign any of your successes to defense, or were you just going full out and blow the bad guys up? This is important.
Let's say I assign 5.
5?
So, because that still means I dealt 140 mecha damage to that pod.
The numbers at the damage you're doing doesn't exactly matter, but, I'm being nice this one time, or else, I could have just said, well, you didn't assign any to defense, and I kick you and you die.
Okay.
I mean, they're actually still doing damage because they rolled, this group of 6 battle pods rolled really well. Alright, so you were taking 4 points of damage before
armor?
Before armor, as one of the battle pods literally boosts up and lands both feet down onto your monster, shaking it violently as the others start coming.
He probably landed on one of the red hot barrels to bend the barrel too.
Yeah,
just to be that dick.
Yeah, no, like the barrel has bent straight down and hits the top of the cockpit or something.
So all right, well, 3 armor will mitigate 3 of that, and then I will take 1 to structure because I have extra structure to burn.
All right, just so you know, your structure is like your main HP. You can assign it to other spots like your sensors and that stuff, or one of your hardware suites, like the bombard cannons.
That could be technically why they're broken.
It'll ding up one of the bombard cannon.
Yeah, so we'll say that. So you have 2 equipment suites or 2 hardware things of that?
It's 2 banks of bombards.
Yeah, so one of the banks of bombards, 2 of the cannons are just bent straight down, and one of them even tears off completely due to it almost being melting as you're getting kicked around.
It's like, hey, the only one supposed to be dancing on top of Mac is me.
Yep, and the sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 battle pod out of that middle group survives. You're getting kicked. 2 battle pods here got blown up. Unfortunately, one of your Spartans was shot down.
Okay.
Due
Will
to
be remembered.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a MOOC, and I'm not doing the whole hardware systems for MOOCs.
Yep.
Because I'm mean and evil, and I want to see all of your people die.
But did you name
this,
that Mook? You need to name him.
I mean, I have some names that I can definitely throw around here in a little bit.
You just said the name. It's Mook.
Yeah, Mook.
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 He's known as his nickname in the squadron was Nimble.
Nimble in Russian, of course.
Yes.
Means Mook.
And this group took 3 casualties, and I'm now going to be rolling for some other things. So...
Nimble in Russian is provonne. Because everything has to be triple syllable.
Nice. So I rolled a 1d100 and I got 69. I can't even make this up. But due to the extreme losses and the fact that Chiron is running, several of the battle pods will be... you know what? I'm just going to say that the battle pods here are going to start fleeing, and they're going to be pulling out. But not before, the last round of combat, in which several of them might still get some shots off on you. So we'll go... Actually, we've been on this combat long enough. I'm going to say that they do flee. The battle pods, they're pulling back due to their big bad leader coming in and almost getting nuked.
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Mars. We most certainly regret them ground pounders kicking in our shit. Hoorah!
But the battle pods start pulling back. Unfortunately, one Spartan was lost with Nimble inside of it. He did not survive, unfortunately, as one of the battle pods literally kicked through the cockpit armor into him. There was only a bloody stain left.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. I even expect losses, so because he's dead inside.
And with that, of course,
No, Nimble is dead inside.
But
sorry, too soon.
And Mecha, don't worry. This is literally not even you. This is literally just the dice.
And then also, brother, I will point out that your impact is tiny compared to the crater I just left. Trust me, it did fine. I probably, as a player, I probably shouldn't have done what I just did. But
Are you talking to me?
So, I'm making a statement about because
no, you did.
Some of us seem a little upset.
I am sad. No, I mean, I think you did what was going on. If it was in the moment, it was the plan and you shot.
But, is Archibald too happy about that?
Oh, no. Oh, he's still going to be full of sadness and rage, of course. I mean, I think he would have to be. I think he would have
luckily,
to be.
though, the battle pods from here flee back, several of them going off to join the main engagement of the regular forces. And Captain, eventually you get a report you get several reports, and eventually Rick Hunter calls in that he has Lisa Hayes, and he's bringing her back. She has set the reflex furnace inside of the base to explode, taking out the enemies and also the gravity mines that are holding you down.
Okay. He'll order a full retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Awaiting everyone that can't fly, getting back on board, and we're going to make our way.
The fight.
We may not can fly, but we could definitely move.
Yeah, you guys start. They definitely start, pulling you guys. You pull back basically along the ground. You're able to get no altitude at first, till that explosion goes off, and you're kind of just grinding along the ground.
Yeah. Well, that was the idea, was to make sure we're far enough away to where the shockwave wouldn't be a damaging effect. We wouldn't have to employ any crazy shields nonsense. But we could be like, boom, boom, boom.
Yep. But you're able to get your forces back. The destroids load on first thing.
Ivan would probably follow ejection pod transponders to pick up Alex and Chuck and just be like, you better hold on to a leg.
Yep. So, Chuck is kind of just sitting there. He's got the canopy open. He's got his, full sealed suit on. And,
I didn't know his Veritech was destroyed. I missed that.
Yep, his Veritech is...
It got nuked.
Gone. He was ejected, thankfully, by the captain. But, unfortunately, those 4 are dead, and I've crossed them out on the sheet. just for you.
Wait,
So, eventually the destroids from the other units pull back in, the supplies gathered, and the explosion goes off. The gravity mines being disabled and allowing you guys to get back up into the air.
The what?
The gravity mines.
We weren't trying to take off, but if we would have, we'd have not been able to.
Yep. Lisa Hayes informs you that there were gravity mines, and she was able to find out from a internal sensor that was showing several gravity anomalies around the SDF-1 and the base.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't decide to run away and abandon my people.
I know, right? It's a good thing you actually trusted your people to defend you.
Well, I didn't trust them to do that. That's their job.
But with that, you eventually are able to pull out of Russian atmosphere with much-needed supplies for the last...
Out of the Russian atmosphere.
It's a red planet. It's a red planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Soviet planet.
It's a red planet, an angry planet, possibly drunk.
It's literally Soviet ball.
The one place not corrupted by communism. Space!
Oh, but didn't you know? We won the space race.
But eventually, you guys, the party, is all pulled off of active alert status. Several of the reserve squadrons pulled up to fill in the spaces. And, of course, the destroids all pull into the Daedalus, and the fighters all land on the Prometheus. So you may not even know right now that your best friend Chuck is even alive, Lucas. All you saw was the blinding flash and his Veritech going down in flame.
Oh, okay. So I might have been screaming, Chuck, Chuck, Chuck. Oh, Jacobs, check in. And then
Doesn't Chuck still have his radio in his helmet?
Yeah, he just hasn't been talking on it.
Chuck?
Or
he could have gone deaf. He probably is deaf after being that close to proximity of the blast.
Yeah.
I think I would just start naming off the squad right away and telling them to check in and seeing what,
Yep.
in kind of a more responsive, crazy trance, but not Chuck.
Yep. Leela here. I'm fine. Emma Sheen here. Okay. And then there's just a long list of silence.
That's
Helen Jackson. Oh, A-okay. Guy Shinden. I'm still alive.
Jacobs?
Oh no, Jacobs is dead.
Does she not respond? Don't play with my heart here. Come on, seriously.
No, I'm thinking that might have been one of my systems that was a little damaged.
Her comm systems are out.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She did take 3 damage. And we did.
Yep, my comms are out.
Just waggle your wings.
What?
Waggle the wings.
Waggle the wings, yeah.
Well, he wouldn't need the wings if he could see her flying next to him. It wouldn't matter. She wouldn't have to ask. He literally doesn't know. So
For that matter, doesn't he have like an IFF readout that just says?
I mean, yeah, there's not.
I imagine he has a self camera to make sure he looks cool the whole time. To be honest.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
So he got rid of the IFF readout and put that instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just knows about himself.
It's not actually even like in a computerized camera that's.
It's just a mirror.
It's literally just a mirror taped there.
Yeah. So far, you think like most of your squadron has been wiped out.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I mean, a good chunk of them were.
Well, that's true. I mean, but when Jacobs and Alex, wait, did Alex
you
respond?
Alex did not respond.
No, that's right.
None of us did.
You saw him flip up and then boost into the fire.
It's as I'm going through the names, and I'm like, Jacobs, Chuck, and everybody's getting a response. I'm like, no, wait, and I actually say Alex.
Oh my god!
But this is the one time you're like, you don't hear me say it. I'm like, Alex, son of a no. Yeah, so the one time he actually uses your name correctly, you're not around to hear it. And
all your really close buddies are not responding.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so we, as the ship goes back up into the air and leaves the red planet to make its last leg of the journey, the party is left. Everyone's in the Silver Squadron is left to a both heartfelt and rather confused situation, it seems. And
that just sucks.
So Captain, are you going to order them to do their usual debrief, or?
So we're back in Atmo.
Yep, you guys are back in Atmo, going towards space, going towards Earth. You're on the last leg of the journey.
Did we get any supplies?
Oh yeah, no, you guys got tons of supplies.
I think what he's initially going to do is going to have the squadron, each individual squad, assign their own room, like a ready room type thing, to meet at, and then he'll have to go through each one individually and speak to them. He'll assign the ground pounders as the last one, just so he can have the most yelling time.
Yep.
My Zoom kicked me out, so it might have messed up.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
You're good. You're good. Thank you, though.
So yeah, they all of the over the intercom, all the flight leaders assigned to the different stuff, But Vanilla Squadron report to Ready Room 13A. Capricorn Squadron, please report to Ready Room 17C. And eventually you hear Silver Squadron report to Ready Room 13 Charlie. And Fusiliers or Moscow Fusiliers report to Ready Room Omega 30.
So we're essentially at the bottom floor. We're going to the basement.
You're on the third floor down on the last one, and of course the first one, it's the ordering. It goes like all these random squadrons, and then Skull, and then Silver, and a whole bunch of random squadrons, and then the Fusiliers.
I'm popping out looking for my squad. I mean, do we park our Vertex usually in the same area of the hangar?
Oh yeah, you guys are all usually popped out, and you notice that there are 6 short.
Actually, I'm not sure if he does that or if he's just like looking at each one and throws his helmet off, but his hair pops out and looks amazing because it's anime, and he's just trying to run from bird to bird to see. Yeah. There's no breeze in here, but yet it's flowing in the wind, and
most of them are fairly shot up. Some of them got dents from rocks from the huge blast, but with that though, the ones that you do know that are still alive are obviously Melody, Jacobs, and yourself, along with that's the Russian Fusiliers. Leela, Emma, Helen, and Kai.
Okay, because I still have like 8 names on this list. Leela, Emma, Kai, and Helen, you said?
Yep.
The 2 on the top and the 2 on the bottom I find.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't see Alex, and I don't see Chuck, and do I see Jacobs?
Assuming she didn't just park somewhere else.
I'm like, come up to him like, Jacobs! And he's like actually screaming at you for once. He's like, why did you respond when I was calling a check-in? It's like in your face.
And you see just hers is like riddled with bullets all over the nose cone.
Beaten up. I'm probably bleeding a little bit.
And he's just looking through you at this point, and then he just pushes past you. He's like, Chuck.
That actually reminds me. Did the people who ejected take any brawling damage from the landing?
No, you guys did not, thank God, due to Russian dust being softer than death. That, and I'm not that mean, but for cinematics and that stuff, we can say that you got bruised up pretty bad.
That makes sense cinematically.
You know,
I
those
didn't know how ejecting works.
Chuck did not.
Yeah, Chuck did not get hurt at all.
He
But
was
these harnesses are just so terrible. Just look, you can just go all the way forward, smack your head on the console, and send all the way back. You know, what is
Chuck actually looks better than when he started.
That's a great save.
And but yeah, no, you
So we don't see...
you and Chuck are inside of the Daedalus with the Russians.
Okay, so
which Chuck, well, not you, of course. You know, you're in the Prometheus, Mr. Archibald.
You're on the other half of the ship.
No, but besides those 4 and Jacobs, I only see those 5. I don't see Alex or Chuck or the other 4.
Others.
I'm just like beside myself. I'm like, we gotta go to the ready room. Let's go to the ready room. We gotta go. There's no choice. Let's go.
And for everyone's kind, and there's no Chuck holding you back or trying to calm you down this time.
Yeah.
No, know what? I'm going to be nicest once to you.
Oh my god!
And you're gonna get hugged until you calm down.
No, I there's no. Of all the times you choose to do, you know, like, right?
Yes, you're getting hugged until you calm down.
Archie actually eventually shuts up for once in his life.
And as he shuts up, the camera pans in to get this loving hug of the romance trio. You're both the two surviving members of the romance trio. And then we go over to Alex Matz, who's you know, with the Russians in the Daedalus, and Chuck looks kind of pissed. Like, Chuck's never been one to get super, super mad, you've seen. He's always been the calming figure in, well...
Archie's life.
Yeah, Archie's life, but now Chuck's the one that's pissed as he's looking up at the monster with its bent cannon barrels, and he's just screaming, "What the are you doing?"
So I imagined that probably they only got off after the monster is probably parked, and we're probably we're still in shutdown before.
Yeah.
And so there's not even a response before finally there's like the click, and we watch as all the bombard barrels fall off the back to jettison the bad barrels. So and then
the
probably
hatch opens up, and the cockpit and the seats raise up to let you guys out.
So
and he's like screaming, and the first thing you see is Chuck's helmet racing past your head. No, he is chucking that up past your head, Mr. Russian.
I wish to attempt to catch it.
All right. Roll. Choose your skills. Roll.
And at arms.
All right.
Because it's because it's essentially combat reflexes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the little carrot thing.
Mm-hmm.
I failed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you go to try and catch it, and instead it like bounces between your hands and almost hits you in the face, and then it just kind of falls down and off the mech, and you just see Chuck down there screaming, "You killed them!"
Well, yes. I killed many of the enemy.
No, you shot at Silver Squadron, you commie bastard.
Why were they there?
They were where the whole plan was to have them fly, and you shot them.
Plan to fly? I asked your lieutenant to move the pods into bigger English concentration, and I was going to hit the largest concentration that would also get one of the officers.
Yes, and the concentration you chose had a bunch of us in it. I nearly died because of you.
But you didn't.
Yes, 4 of my wingmen did.
Which is unfortunate. But they should not have been there.
Out of game, this is totally in character for you. It's awesome, and Chuck is pissed.
Yep.
Like, he hears this and he is like besides himself when he picks up his helmet, and he just goes and he kind of walks past Alex. Alex, come on, let's go. You know what? Before that though, Alex, roll me what you would like for that secret action that you're being secretive about that I'm not openly describing.
Secret action.
Secret
Secret
action.
action.
Singing
The
about
secret note.
action.
How do you roll just to the DM?
/GM. Or /GM roll. All one word.
Burnout still apply?
Yes.
Always applies in every.
Oh,
Oh, could it adds up perfectly.
Now, does Chuck or Alex even know that we survived? Because no one could get a hold of anybody else. Same like.
What would my
No.
target number be for this?
your target number is gonna be 5.
That's a good question, Fayt.
They might not know, but they're going to where they've been assigned.
They probably don't know who.
Or, well, at least Chuck is, you know.
I have no idea how this works. I'll just roll it in the open.
Okay. Yeah, it should be like GM roll like this with a slash in front of it.
Ah,
Oh. Oh, I thought that was right here.
So who likes the taste that combat can be deadly, guys?
It was great. I observed it all from the safety of my ship.
Next time you might not be so safe, just saying. But
Yeah, the ship might not be there suddenly because magic.
yeah. Just because you
Captain
paint Just because you paint it black and put little white dots on it does not mean it's invisible in space, sir.
Stealth mode isn't a thing, and you just don't want to accept that it's a better idea than glowy, sparkly particles make us invincible.
No. What it is that you painted it black, and you know those glow-in-the-dark stars you put on the kid's ceiling?
That's the engines.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, Chuck turns around and go, come on, Alex, let's get... Where the hell did he go? And he just storms off with his helmet. Off to the ready room.
Ivan will turn and look over to Lieutenant Zukova, and it's like, I don't understand why he's mad. They were not in the right place.
They were in the right place, sir. You were in the moment.
Well, I made acceptable losses. If we didn't shoot, we were going to lose that entire flank.
It may have been, but accepting a comrade's loss is not something some people do easily. You should know this.
Ugh. It's difficult to remember that we are working with less combat hardened.
Anyway, I heard our briefing room called. We're going to be... Seems Captain is going to put us on the last briefing. And that's where that scene fades out. And, you know, instead of going straight to the debriefings, we're going to go to Alex Matz, who has slinked off. Alex, where are you going?
He's going to the park.
He's going to the park. Has he even gotten out of his flight gear?
No.
No. And you just head out to the park and... You know, some people, you know, some of the civilians don't really pay you much mind. You know, you two seem to have a deadpan stare. And, you know, some of the military people, they look like they want to question you, but they kind of see the look and know to give you your space. And, I I think I figured out the drama you're going to take. The drama you're going to take is war is real.
Interesting.
Or war is hell, something along those lines. Which would you prefer?
War is real.
All right. As you nearly killed yourself and possibly your team with your action, things didn't go right with your plan and nearly ended up with you dead. The sight of those cannons warming up to shoot you is something that may haunt your dreams forever at this point. Not to mention you're still trying to get over that they're people, and the shakes, they start coming back, and that's when you hear...
Does he cry?
He could be crying if you want him to be.
I think he'd be crying.
And it's that point, you see, you're kind of looking down and you're crying, and it's weighing down on you, and then you see some feet walk up to you. It looks like some nice, regular kind of shoes that you'd see a girl by, and then you hear a familiar voice, and she's like, "Hey, let's pat you down."
I look up, and who is it?
It's that girl from the Chinese restaurant, Min Mei.
This is not what I was expecting.
Poor Rick.
You okay, buddy?
I don't know.
And she kind of sits down next to you. Well, I'm here for you if you need some help. And she hugs you. She gives you one of those tight, they know you need a hug and they're going to hug you until the sadness is gone. Of course, it's not going to actually work with this, but...
Why is this happening to me? I've made the mistakes.
And now we have just been, we've just been demonetized off of YouTube. No, I'm joking. But,
gotta be
we were monetized?
First. You gotta be monetized first, but be demonetized. So please
Lucas just went through the effort of getting monetized, and now we get him demonetized.
But, she just kind of holds you and hugs you there to let you cry it out. And I think that's a good note to end the session on. Everything has gone sideways for the group. The party members are...
It was supposed to go
left. Instead, you went right.
No, it was supposed to go sideways and then up together with the circling, and the Alex Max through the center, the Krispy Kreme, and it's been turned into a smashed Danish. I don't know. It's just...
This analogy is weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's still delicious, though, either way you eat it, so it's fine. Anyway.
But with that, I think we'll start doing our outros. I have been your Robotech master trying to kill the party, Harukajunko. I failed in killing the party, but I did do some nice damage today, I would say, and I think I put the fear of the dice into several of them. Which, by the way, guys, did you feel this encounter was overbearing too much?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit?
Another round would have been tough to get through.
No, we wouldn't have survived another round.
Well, not with that happening. We would have to split up and fought separately like we did the first
It
round.
is
At some
hard
point you would
to-
actually have to attack. That's
It is
the
hard to
problem.
fight when you can't fight.
Well, make yourself fight.
We can definitely be working on that next time.
Yeah. Min Mei will show you the way back to bloodlust. That's what
Yeah.
So.
And who knows? Maybe Alex Mash just has a hidden psychopath in him.
Pretty sure the captain's got something to help you with your inability to shoot people.
Is that?
Please don't turn me into a cyber new type.
No. It's more called you out.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
This is gonna get real good.
The drama will be strong next session.
And with that, I would like to say good night and goodbye, everyone. And I'm going to hand it off to the captain.
Indeed, I get to do something. Oh, it's time to leave. Soundwavesghost, I play here. That's pretty much what I do right now. I'll be here Sundays for this, and then Tuesday is going to this week is hopefully, if everybody can meet, will be Ninja Turtles again to try to finish off what happened with the last time, kind of the fallout. It just drug on, and we didn't get finished with the fallout of the 2 sessions ago now to get back on track with what we were doing. The following Tuesday, there's going to be some people possibly showing up for Alien RPG, but if it doesn't happen, then well, that's kind of it, I think.
We'll get it. We'll do it.
But anyway, that's what I've got. As always, thanks guys. It was fun, and I've got to work on my lighting some more. But yay! I just blinded myself. That's me. Fayt.
Fayt, I just kind of play here too. Thanks, Mike, for trying to almost slaughter us horribly. And
You're welcome. I thought it was a little too easy for you guys before. I just wanted to try and murder you at least once.
Yeah, a little challenge is fine. It's fine. But thanks to all the guys that I'm playing with. It's always fun and interesting every session. We'll send it down to Alex Metz.
It's been wild. That's really all I've got to say. This has been the wildest episode so far.
And how would you say that makes Alex feel?
What are you, a therapist?
Medical major.
Oh, I'm gonna pass it over to Ivan.
Well, GM, you did very good attempt, but I think currently my friendly kill count is higher than yours. I'm Jojo 1025. The player behind the cold and very destructive Ivan Saranova. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Jodo1025. I'm going to be running 2 separate charity series on that channel. So including the big debut this Saturday, February 8th, for my Call of Cthulhu campaign, Operation Cathedral, which is actually going to be heavily inspired and use a lot of the lore from the Cultist Simulator video game. So it's going to be very interesting. My players are both excited and dreading all the nightmare fuel that I have planned for that show. So and then of course next week, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, February 12th, we will see the next episode of Titans of Moran, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, in which my party has to kind of figure out, I'm the GM for it, the party has to figure out what they're going to do, because, well, one of them's getting hauled off to jail, and 2 of them are horribly drunk, and one of them is just kind of done. Just done. So lots of interesting things. And I will also be getting ready by the end of this month to be making a big fundraising announcement. But definitely, if any of that interests you, definitely come check me out over at twitch.tv/Jojo1025. I also got a new YouTube channel that I'm currently getting all my backups to right now. So you'll be able to find all that information on my page. Well, and with that, I hand it over to Mr. Silverworth.
Oh, hello, everybody. Lucas back. I had to cry off those tears in private. This is what happens when you step away to take care of family. You come back and find that your in-game family is dead. Well, sacrifices. Gotta be done. Anyway, this was a lot of fun and this was a lot of drama, but it's leading up to even bigger drama. So it was a pretty intense episode. It went really fast and it was really good, Mike. Personally, out of character, I think Ivan was in the moment, but in character, that's not drama enough. So we're gonna have that drama, which is gonna be hard for me because I don't like to play that kind of character. So I'm gonna have to play that kind of character. So thanks, Jodo. That'll be.
What did I say? I am an agent of chaos.
We need to script our lines for each other back and forth. Maybe write up a little script or something to make it crazy drama. I don't know. But anyway, Mike, we have, what, 3 more episodes, I think, before we call it a Season 1 finale?
I believe so. Let
We
me
have
check my flight itinerary, or what I've said again.
Flight itinerary.
If we're doing all of February, that would be the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. And then there'll be 2 to 3 weeks of Action Movie World, which we'll talk about later. And then there will be like another week in there. And then on the 29th of March, I will actually be gone. So we have 3 more weeks, I believe, of Robotech, 2 to 3 weeks of Action Movie World, then a spare week in there to come back with something, and we'll figure it out then. So if you're like, well, I like the schedule, I like all the things you guys are doing, then definitely join the Discord, and so you can see the schedule. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this Tuesday, the following Tuesday, Alien RPG, and Robotech continue on here. But when Mike is gone after the end of February, we are going to do a 2-part Action Movie World, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, and it is making bad 80s action movies where you play actors who play characters with big explosions, bad one-liners, and more explosions. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think most of these people right here, or some of them actually, 3 of the 5 are playing in that. So I think I covered everything. Mike, was that correct though? The next 3?
Yeah, I leave out on the 25th, so yeah, no, so there's 3 more weeks of Robotech with me trying to murder you. And at this rate, we should hopefully get back to Earth by then, which will be a nice policy point.
All right, so it looks like it will work out perfectly as always. So that is it for me. I think that's all I got. Anybody else have anything to add? Anything I forgot about game highlights or anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
I should be making a checklist, but you know what? It's fine. Whatever. Get the jet ready, Captain. We're going to be transitioning out here in just a moment. But I am Lucasgvariety. Find us here, Lucasgvariety, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all those places. Check out Jodo1025. That link is in the chat. Come to Discord and find him that way through our Discords, as they're interlocking and all connected and all powerful and unstoppable. Itty bitty living space, I meant to say. I meant to put some Aladdin in there and I totally messed it up. Anyways, guys, until next time, we'll see you next week. Have a good night. God bless and good gaming. We will see you guys later. Have a good night. Peace. Robotech, be back next week.